Hi friends, welcome to today's video. Thank you for joining me. We're gonna play with some new drugstore makeup. There are a few new launches that I just recently received in the mail. I could not wait to try these out. I have swatched some of these, but we're gonna play with them on camera. I've got some new sort of cheek and lip products from Maybelline. I've got some new lipsticks from Revlon, a new gloss from NYX, a new mascara from CoverGirl. And I'm also going to plug in a new eyeshadow bite-sized quad from E.L.F. that I've actually had for a few months now. It came out earlier this past summer and it's been in my bin of products and I just kind of forgot because it's quite small, the product. So it's been floating around that bin for a while and today's the day. We're gonna just put some makeup on, play with a few new things, and we're just gonna jump right on in. Brows have been done off camera. Those are not drugstore products. They are high-end, so I will link to those in case you're curious of what I use. I do have one product through the brows that is drugstore, and it's the Super Lock Brow Glue from Maybelline. I went and bought myself another backup because I'm running out. This is my original tube, and I'm literally squeezing the tube as I'm trying to get product on the spoolie because this is running out. So I bought a backup. I just want to point out they do have tinted versions if you want a tinted brow gel. This has incredible hold and I need something that's like shellac to the brows, and this is what I reach for. So just kind of want to plug that in real quick. Anyways, enough about the brows. Let's go into some foundation. I'm going to go with one of my absolute favorites, the L'Oreal Skin Tint. This is the Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. I have two shades, a year-round and my summer shade. And there's a trick to getting the product through the actual component here. Not a lot of people like this, and I get it. So what you want to do is you want to take your component out. You want to squeeze at the very top, the nozzle, and you want to keep squeezing and put it back in. Once that is back into the glass, you want to release. And when you pull that out, let me show you, you're going to get a lot of product. So people don't like this dropper format. However, if you do it correctly, you're going to get sufficient for your entire face. So just kind of like a little bonus tip. And I'm going right over my skincare. I have a moisturizer on that is made to prep the skin. It's the POV Whip It. It's the skincare brand. Actually, now it's a makeup brand too. From Michaela Noguera. She's very popular over on TikTok. She has skincare that preps your skin for makeup. And then she came out with some makeup products. It's a lip kit, which I did purchase and I bought. Won't be using that in today's video because it's not drugstore. But if you want to see that, if you've been curious about it, I did do a swatch and try on and honest review over on TikTok. I am over on the app every single day. I'm posting anywhere between 1 to 3 videos a day. So if you want more content from me that's like quicker, more short bursts of information, product reviews, just beauty related skincare things, that's the place to find me. I am there and I have no plans on leaving. I actually do enjoy being over there on that platform as well and watching content and posting. I do still love my YouTube fam, but I do post there as well. Just kind of throwing that out in case you want more content from me. That's another place to find me. And I would love to have you over there and join my TikTok fam. If you have the app, find me. It's the same username, Glamour by Lexi. Although I don't have a new concealer from the drugstore to try with you today, I might as well do some of these extra steps with you on camera. I think I'm going to try the True Match L'Oreal Concealer, the Radiant Serum Concealer in the shade Light N2 and see if that is doable. It's a little light, but I think I can make it work. And I love how this applicator almost looks like an iron with the way it's shaped. It's got a point, which is perfect for right in this innermost corner. And then it's flat, so you can just kind of do a swipe if you wanted to. You can still do little dots. You can really do whatever you want with this applicator. The formula is great. It's a serum-based concealer. I'm going to use a brush. This is the Angie Hot and Flashy BK Beauty A506. So it's that kitten paw brush. I'm sure you've seen this in videos. I love this brush. I have a lot of BK Beauty brushes and I think that they're great. I'm about to take this concealer off and choose something else. I'm not really sure if you can really see on camera. Maybe if I get a little closer. It's so dry. That's weird because that's never happened with this concealer. I don't know if it's the eye gel that I put on this morning, but this does not look good. This under eye area is unacceptable. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take this off and look for something else. It may not be drugstore, but this is unacceptable. Like my under eye looks dry and almost like it's wanting to be like flaky. That's the most bizarre thing. Okay, so I think we remedied this situation. I took the concealer off. I added some Vanity Cream, the one that comes with the blue pump in a tub, And then I'm putting on my Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. This is hydrating. It cancels out any discoloration. And I've done this side, and wow, what a difference. My under eye looks hydrated, smooth. It's covered. The darkness is gone. I don't know if this concealer just doesn't mesh well with the Korean eye gel that I used this morning, which makes me sad because that eye gel is actually really good. I bought it during the Sephora sale. It's the one from Bize. I've used that before. I had a sample and I really loved it. And so I bought it in full size, and I haven't had any issues with any of my concealers except for today with this one. So I don't know if those two just don't mesh well. That's probably what it is. I know it's not drugstore, y'all, but this under eye corrector, I use this almost every single day. And I love it. It covers everything. I'm going to link it for you down below. It's just one of those products that I think everyone should have for those times where you don't sleep well, you're not feeling great, you're stressed out, it's holiday season and you're getting up early, going to bed late, your under eyes show everything. This is the corrector for you. It is. It's absolutely incredible. I'm going in with a little bit of bronzer, and I'm using the Spilling Tea shade from the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer. Okay, so Maybelline has launched some new products. They have the Cloudtopia Lip and Cheek Mousse products. I have tried one shade. I've swatched these already before, but I'm going to share with you the swatches, and we're going to pick a shade to put on today. Obviously, I can't wear all the shades. They're so beautiful. There's 10 colors. I have 6. They're just under $10 a piece. You can get them online at Ulta or in stores. I did see these at my local Ulta store, so they do have them. I would caution you to check the website first just to see if they're on sale before you buy them, because I actually went in store and there was a sale on the Ulta site. The drugstore makeup was certain brands were buy 2 get 1 free, which is a great deal, especially when you're purchasing so many. And I like those deals because I get to buy more product to show you in a video. But in stores, they did not have the sale and they weren't willing to price match their own website. So just kind of know that. Check out the site, but we have 6 shades. Let's get into it. This is a shade called Dreamy Dawn. Dreamy Dawn. This is the shade Moonlit Rose. Moonlit Rose. Enchanted Mauve. Enchanted Mauve. Twilight Berry. Twilight Berry. Toasted Sky. Toasted Sky. Divine Crimson. Divine Crimson. Right? Are those not just the most incredible shade selections? And like I said, there's 10. I only have 6 to show you today. They're just so beautiful. They're made in Korea. They remind me so much of the Fui pudding pots. I think that's what the inspo was for this, because the texture is almost identical. It's kind of like a whipped, airy, moussey type of texture. It feels incredible when you put your fingers in this little pot. Wow, the formula is just so elevated for Maybelline, and I'm happy about that. But I honestly think the shade Enchanted Mauve has my name on it. It's calling me today, so I'm going to do that one, and I'll show you a swatch of that color there so you can see how pretty that is. And my go-to brush for this is the E.L.F. Duo Complexion Brush, as always, for cream and liquids. I just love this brush. It's perfection. And this is the shade called Enchanted Mauve. I still need to continue blending, but you can see it's quite heavy on and it still looks soft. It's smooth. Get closer so you can see to the screen. Look at that. It's so pretty. And you can also use your fingers to blend this in and just kind of soften this. I did put too much on this left side, so with my fingers, I can really go in and soften that and blend. Let's go into that small little bite-sized quad from E.L.F. This is in the shade called Total Smokeshow. And at the start of the video, I mentioned how this kind of got shuffled and lost in my bin, where I put new products, things that I haven't had a chance to play with a lot. Maybe I just swatched it but never really used it. In a video, that's where this was, at the bottom of the bin. So we're gonna use this. It's quite smoky and deep with some of these shades, like more on the cooler side. Look at that. They're not messing around. And this bite-sized quad, I believe, is like $4. Max that you would pay is $5. Excuse me? The only matte shade that's in this palette is this really deep, dark gray color that's quite smoky. This one is a little bit lighter, has a little bit of a sheen to it. This also has a shimmer to it, so like a more traditional eyeshadow. And this one has just a little bit more of a sparkly effect. So I'm gonna go into the matte with a really small detail brush. This is a BK Beauty 204 brush. I'm gonna tap off the excess, and I'm gonna use this to create sort of like a liner effect really close to the root of my lashes. I'm going in just about all the way. I'm gonna stop just shy of my inner corner. And from here, what I'm gonna do is now go to the shimmer version, which is just a little bit lighter because of the shimmer finish. I'm gonna use that shade to blend that matte shade that I use as my liner. And I'm also gonna switch brushes. This is a BK Beauty 207, so picking up just a little bit of that. Again, tapping off the excess because these are quite pigmented. And with this, I'm gonna start blending and buffing the edge of that liner shade out, like so. So it goes nice and blended and smooth and just kind of like an ombre, a little bit deeper and lighter as we move up towards the crease versus just a straight line of powder eyeshadow that looks a little bit more harsh. Do you see a difference? This is kind of like my signature thing that I do with matte dark browns and black shadows. Instead of using a pencil liner or a liquid, I do this method, and I feel like it's quite flattering because it's smoky, but it's also got some richness and some depth. It's not too harsh because this, like this, looks quite harsh, right? So we blend and we soften a little bit and we still get that same effect, but it just looks a little bit more put together, in my opinion. That's just me. I'm gonna do the same thing now on this other eye. Now I'm gonna take this shade here, which is kind of like a champagne with a hint of like a taupey grayish vibe to it. It's really pretty. I'm gonna switch to yet a different brush this time for this step. This is the Morphe M332 brush. And I'm going to place this in the inner corner and just kind of start sweeping this over towards those gray tones. I'm gonna go back to that matte dark gray, and I'm going to just intensify really close to the root of my lash a little bit more because we did lose that intensity with the blend that we did. So just adding a little bit more right at the base of the lash. Same brush, same dark matte gray. I'm gonna now apply that to the lower lashes. A little bit thicker out here and thinner as I work my way towards the inner corner. Go back into that same small brush that we used to blend initially. No extra product. I'm just gonna blend that out just a little bit. I do wanna use the last shade in this palette that we haven't used yet, and that is actually gonna give me a little bit more of a lighter gray color. So it's this shade right here, and it has just a little hint of a kind of shimmer sparkle to it. It's really pretty. It's a little bit more icy, a little bit more silver to it, as opposed to some of the other deeper grays that we've used so far. I'm gonna switch to a different Morphe brush. This is the M383. This is the eye detail brush for that metallic silvery gray color. I'm gonna use that to add a little something extra to the lower lashes. And it's just gonna add a little bit of sparkle. Hopefully you can see that. It's just got a little bit of glow to it. It's not super intense because I'm not putting too much on, but just gives a little something there. I feel like I want to add just a little something into the crease, just a hint of color, nothing too crazy. So I'm going to go into a different quad from E.L.F. This is one of my favorites. It's the I Love You Latte. I'm going to go with this shade here. This one is quite warm, and then this one has some warmth and depth, so it'll change the look up if I use those. So I'm going to go into this shade that seems kind of more on the neutral side. Ever so slightly, I'm going to add some with a 202 brush from BK Beauty, tapping off the excess, and I'm going to look forward into a mirror in front of me, and I'm just going to use this to create just a little bit more shape to my eye because it's kind of looking a little bit flat in the crease. Now that's just me. You don't have to do this step, but I'll show you the difference. And I honestly should have done this step at the start before I put those colors on, but it's okay. No biggie. Do you see a difference between this side that we just added just a hint more structure and shape to the eye with a little bit of that eyeshadow versus this side that looks just more flat, more one dimension because the darkness is just so close to the root of the lash and there's not a whole lot going on in the crease. I feel like it just changes my entire eye look, and that small change makes the biggest difference, the whole look. Once you put your mascara on, it's so transformative. That one little thing that you do, it changes everything. A new mascara has entered the chat. This is a new launch from CoverGirl. It's their new tubing mascara. It's officially called the Eye Enhancer Wrap Tubing Mascara. I love the packaging. That light pink is really cute with the hot pink sort of metallic wrap on the side. Do you see that? Really, really cool. And there's 2 shades so far. I picked the darkest shade, which is called Max Motion Black number 800. The description of this mascara says, get a lash extension effect that is clump-free, flake-free, smudge-proof for up to 30 hours. Okay, first of all, CoverGirl, who the heck is wearing mascara for 30 hours? No one. I'm not testing out that theory. We're not doing that, okay? Ultra stretch, lightweight tubes wrap lashes for instant definition, extended length, and lift. So this is the wand of the mascara. Get a little closer so you guys can see. Here's the wand. Do my right side and then we'll compare and see what this looks like. Here is one generous coat on this eye and then just my bare lashes here. I actually think that it makes a huge difference, just that one generous coat, and I apply it just like I typically would with any mascara, nothing special with the application method. And I like it. I can see a difference. Now with tubing, I would recommend that you build upon with that second coat immediately after applying the first one, because once this dries, the tubing technology that wraps around your lashes is so different than a washable mascara that kind of starts to run and smudge when it comes in contact with water. So once these dry, these tubing formulas, they are harder to build and they're harder to extend length and volume and thickness. So you want to work pretty quickly. Don't let your layers dry too much in between. And that is another second layer over the top, bare lashes, and 2 layers. What do you think? I'm actually really happy with that mascara so far. I've done this eye off camera. I'm gonna now take some and apply it to the lower lashes. I personally like to do mascara at the bottom. So I'm gonna do just a little bit of that, just ever so slightly. Okay, so as a bottom lash mascara, I'm gonna just caution you because this is making my lashes look pretty intense on the lowers. So it's a good mascara. I'm not quite sure if I would personally use as much on my lower lashes, or maybe I just kind of skip that out because I do put mascara there every day, but not so much where I can kind of see that my lashes might actually touch my under eye area, because I do have longer lower lashes. But because it's tubing, I'm probably not going to run into any issues, but it's wow under the eyes. It's crazy how much that just sort of intensified those lashes. And that's honestly not a bad thing. NYX also dropped a new lip gloss formula. This is called the Jelly Job lip gloss. It comes in 16 different shades. It's $12. You can get them on their website and also through Ulta. I only picked one just to try because honestly, if I'm being fully transparent with you, NYX doesn't just wow me. It just doesn't excite me as much as I would have hoped. Some of their products are great and some of them are just So I only went with one just to try the formula. It's infused with cherry oil and a peptide complex for a sweet, luxurious lip experience. I love a good gloss. I will love gloss till the day I die. There's just something about it that I just can't get enough of. So if this formula works out and I do like the texture and the feel, I would definitely be buying more of these. And when you take this out, it is quite goopy, but that is a look at the applicator. Hopefully you can see that. Very different, very unique. Description of the applicator: it's a new precision spatula. I'm reading on the Ulta app. It's a precision spatula applicator to hug every curve of your lips, delivering lightweight, even coverage and a glassy lip finish that feels just as juicy as it looks. Okay. And this is Jelly Jammin. What do you think of this shade? I think it's really pretty. It's kind of like a mauvey pink shade. I like the feel. It's kind of thick and luxurious. It kind of can be a little goopy. I think if you put too much of this on, I can see it being goopy. Just a little bit on the outer corners where my lips are kind of, I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't know. But I can see it. If I put too much on, I can kind of feel it. I do feel like it's a little thick. So I'm going to take some of this off. I do like the way it feels. It feels moisturizing, luxurious. There is a scent to it. To me, it smells kind of like a little bit of vanilla. And I'm picking up quite the caramel kind of scent to it. I don't know. And does it taste like anything? Not really. Don't do that. Don't. I'm not sort of wowed like I was hoping. And this is why I said it before that NYX just doesn't wow me as much as I would like. And would I see myself buying some of these? Maybe in the future, but as of right now, I think I'm good with just the one shade, just being honest. Now these next lip products, these are new lipsticks from Revlon. These are the Super Lustrous Ultra Lipsticks. So it's ultra pigmentation, richer color in one swipe. I bought 2 shades and spoiler alert, I should have just bought the whole darn range because the packaging just stop it right now. Revlon cannot be beat when it comes to lipsticks. The Super Lustrous formula has an incredible range, over 70 different shades. Finishes from creams, mattes, pearls, shimmers. There's something for everyone. If you go to Revlon's section at your local drugstore and look at the colors and you can't find something that you will enjoy, there's a big problem there because they have so many colors, so many options. These are just beautiful. This shade number 003 Cashmere, which is a little bit more of a warmer tan, and that is just ultra pigment from one swipe. But I did a couple to show you what the color looks like. And my personal favorite is 014 Tulip. This is a cream finish and it is absolutely beautiful. I wore this the other day and I love it. It is the 014 Tulip shade. Let me show you the Tulip. I took off the Jelly Job from NYX. I did put a couple swipes, so I'll show you. One swipe. Yeah. Let me clean this up a little bit. But that's the Tulip shade. And now look at that Tulip shade with just a little bit of a deeper, kind of still a nude type of liner with just a hint of brown in it. I kind of lined around the edges just to perfect it because I am used to wearing lip liners with my lipsticks. And ever since I started doing that, I just can't go back. I can't wear lipstick without lip liner. So now that feels much more complete and the color is absolutely stunning. And that, my friends, completes today's look. That was the current roundup of new drugstore products. Subscribe because we will be doing this again. I know that there's just gonna be more drugstore products to talk about very soon. I've got some new stuff that I purchased from Sephora. I still have to sit down and share with you my thoughts on what I purchased during the Sephora sale. So we will be doing that. Don't worry, we will get to that this coming week coming up. So I hope you enjoyed today's look. Let me know your thoughts on these products. Are you trying any of these out? What do you have your eye on? I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. The description box will have everything listed and linked for you down below. Take care, you guys. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.